So there is an announcement. From 12th April, there'll be an English course so the first session, the live session, will be at 7:30 a.m. this very time. You also repeat the course, all of you. And then at 2 p.m. India time and 9 p.m. India time, this course will be repeated. So please send the invitation for the course to everybody you know, so that they can take benefit of the course and attend it and take the benefit of Baba's teachings in Sangam Yoga. Om Shanti. In today's Murli, Baba is underlining very strongly the importance of remembrance. And Baba says that it is very important that I, the child, pay attention to remembering Baba. And Baba says you must, maintain a chart of how much I remembered Baba today. I have to try and pay attention to how much I stay in remembrance. So, do you know that remembering Baba and really arriving at the accurate chart of how much I remember Baba is again, an aspect of buddhi. And you need a lot of, you need a lot of good buddhi to actually discern how much you do remember Baba. Because Baba says there are many children who say that I remember Baba 100%. But then Baba says it's only 2%. So just think about, the child saying it's 100% and Baba saying, no, it's 2%. What is this difference is so huge. And why? Because children are not even able to check how much they remember Baba. So, many children, they just keep saying Baba, Baba all the time, and they think that that is remembrance, but that is not. And you see, even in the Lokik world, children who study and they maintain a chart of their study. So these days, there is the invention of the stopwatch, and children use it. So the invention is old, but then children are using it for counting the hours of their study. And when they really use the stopwatch and calculate, they understand that they are studying much less than they think they are studying. And there was one sister, and she was preparing for civils, and then she told me that I thought that I was studying for 13 hours, but I was only studying for 4.5. And when I started using the stopwatch, I was able to calculate that. And Baba says similarly, calculating how much time do we actually sit and remember Baba, or I consider myself to be a soul and remember Baba. That calculation has to be made. And Baba says you have to keep an eye on how much you do that, because only when you do that, then your quality will change, your sanskars will change. Sanskars will not change by listening to knowledge. Body consciousness will not melt by listening to sessions on body consciousness and soul consciousness. Of course, you need understanding, because you see, remembrance of Baba means you consider yourself to be a soul and remember Baba. Now it is important it is important to have deep understanding of the soul. It is important to have clear and accurate understanding of Baba. And for that, knowledge is very important and the most important. But then you have to use that knowledge to remember Baba. So, knowledge, so you know the knowledge, you have enlightenment. So, knowledge is enlightenment, but enlightenment doesn't lead to purification. Yoga leads to purification. And Baba says there are many children who are very good jnanis, they understand everything, but then when they come into interactions, they cause distress. They create an environment where everybody feels troubled. They are not, their energy is very disturbing, not calming. And that is because, that soul is not having yoga. And only when we have yoga with Baba do our sanskars change. And the sign of a yogi is that a yogi will, have very royal actions. A yogi will not be, so Baba gives us many signs. So Baba says, a yogi will not sulk and fight. So, that sulking, have you seen sulking? Getting upset about something or the other. So, one thing is, you are making things right, but then another thing is it upsets you. When you see something not according to you, you sulk. So that sulking is a sign of lack of yoga. Fighting is a sign of lack of yoga. Royal behavior is a sign of a yogi soul. If the behavior is not royal, what is one sign of a royal behavior? So, in the world also, those who are royal, they do not, they do not get attracted to anything. So, if you give a gift to a queen, so the queen will not get attracted to the gift. If the queen gets attracted to the gift and the queen feels that this is a big deal, then the giver becomes the queen, not the queen is the queen, right? So Baba says that the king or queen or royalty is defined by you not being attracted or influenced by anything. Nothing impresses you, influences you, nothing attracts you. That is nothing of the old world, of course. So that is a sign of royalty, and this is the sign of a yogi. And then the sign of a yogi is they speak very less. So if you have this urge to speak too much, that is not yogi like. How many of you have that urge to keep talking? So that is not yogi. So yogis like to talk less. They like to be on their own. They want to stay in Baba's remembrance. And you see, solitude is a reward for yogis and a punishment for bhogis. So do you know when somebody is a criminal and you want to punish them, you put them in solitary confinement. So you put them in a jail where they are alone. And see, just think about the form of punishment. It's so simple. You put somebody alone in solitude, that's called a jail. Now, if you are a yogi, that's not jail for you. That's, that's very beautiful. That's what you seek. So, if you're a criminal, then jail is a jail for you. And if you are a yogi, you will not be jailed, and a jail will not be a jail for you. So, that is the thing about being a yogi. And then the next sign of a yogi is they will be very interested to serve the yajna. Doing yajna seva, giving their bones in yajna seva. So sacrificing their, their everything in yajna seva. That is the interest of a yogi. Now just think about, do you have these signs? speaking less, staying royal, no sulking, no fighting, and giving your bones in yagya seva. And if these are the signs you have, then you are a yogi. Otherwise, you see, we have to, then maybe we are those ones who are thinking my chart is 100%, but it's 2%. So Baba says, I have to check whether really my chart of yoga is good. And if you want to check it from the signs of a good yogi. And when the indicators match, then you know that yoga is less. And then you pay attention to first being introverted. So the first step of yoga. So you see, when we define yoga is defined as remove your attention from the physical world and bodily beings, from dehe or dehe ke dharmo se. So from the body, the religion of the body and the relations of the body. Remove your attention from all of that. Consider yourself to be a soul and then remember Baba. So the first step is turning within or going introverted. So the first step is removing your attention from the body, the bodily beings and the bodily religion and the bodily relations. So that is an act of introversion. Now, how many times do you actually, how many hours in the day or minutes in the day do you really take out the time to forget the body, the bodily religion and relations, and go and center yourself within? So, entering and centering, these are the two steps. So first you enter. So you disconnect from the outside and enter inside. That is the first step. So when you exit from the outer world, allow your attention to exit from the outer world and turn into your inner world. That is the first step of yoga. How many minutes or hours in the day do you take that break? Yes, first thing. Because you see, many children think that without disconnecting, they are connecting. So you cannot connect without disconnecting. You have these Bluetooths these days, which if you have paired it with something, some device, and you don't unpair it from that device, you cannot pair it with another one. And that's a very good example of how you cannot disconnect from the world, and you cannot, without disconnecting from the world, connect with Baba. So first step is to go introverted or turn your attention within. Now you see, the Hindi word for introversion, which is the accurate word, is antarmukhi. Now why is it called antarmukhi? Because this is called the mukh. And in this mukh, there are the 5 senses: the eyes, the ears, the nose, the mouth, the skin. And when you turn your attention away from everything you see, hear, smell, taste, speak, you unplug from all these activities. And by doing so, you unplug from the old world, because the old world exists because of sense perception. Yes, so in Hindi there is an expression, aap muhe mar gayi duniya, which means when you die, the world is dead for you. So you see, when the soul is in sense perception, when you are paying attention to the world, then the world exists for you. So this whole world exists because you are in body consciousness and sense perception. And when you take the step of introversion, you go within, then you're going away from sense perception. So the world ceases to exist, the thoughts of the world do not find place in your mind. And then in that state, you sit in soul consciousness, just a point of light, a point of peace. And in that state, you can remember Baba. You cannot remember Baba in this body conscious state where you are thinking, your mind is bombarded by the thoughts of the old world, and where there is a lot of interference from the thoughts of the old world, that mind cannot connect to Baba. So Baba says first step is introversion. And so there is a picture of, there is a pictorial representation of introversion. And what is the pictorial representation of introversion? A turtle. So just like a turtle, it would eat, drink and do its all activities and then go inside the shell. So Baba says you also have a buddhi, just unplug it from outside, go inside and sit in your shell. And in that shell, nothing of the outside world enters. And you are in complete soul consciousness in your state of peace. And in that cave of introversion, in that Antar Mukta ki gufa, you have this beautiful companionship of Baba, and relish and cherish and get nourished and sustained in Baba's company. So Baba says this is yoga, and this is the yoga that brings about transformation in you. This is the yoga that fills you with power. This is the yoga that makes you speak less, have love for the yajna that Baba has created. This is the yoga that changes your sanskars from not royal to royal and removes you from sulking and fighting. And Baba says that then, through this yoga, you also fill yourself with the power, and that power helps you when you do seva. So when you do seva and you give the introduction of Baba, then that soul will feel the presence of Baba or will get that this is Baba, because you are in remembrance of Baba and your vibration is that of Baba's remembrance. And Baba says that do not talk about things from your own mind. So, these days we talk about a lot of things about, do this, do that, be sweet, be peaceful, be cooperative, look at everybody as a soul and think about, meditating and this and that. But Baba says all of this will make sense when first the soul that you are giving knowledge to understands Baba. Because you see, if you don't understand Baba, if you don't recognize Baba, so that soul who doesn't understand and recognize Baba cannot understand any of the other Srimad and directions that Baba gives. And you see, just like before learning B, you have to learn A, right? So there is alpha and beta. So alpha and beta are A and B. So Baba says first comes A, and A means, alpha means Baba, and B is beta, which is the inheritance or the purshat that you have to do to claim that inheritance, to claim that world of heaven. But Baba says first comes alpha. If somebody doesn't understand Baba, then you keep telling them, be soul conscious, look at everybody as a soul, be sweet, be polite. They won't understand anything. So get up early in the morning, meditate, can't do that. Why? Because you see, the ego or the vices will always overpower the virtues until and unless you take power from Baba first. So, the strength to follow Baba's directions, that strength comes when you recognize Baba and you have yoga with Baba. So Baba says, first explain Baba to everybody. And there are many people who come to the center and they will tell us that we don't want to understand what is a soul, what is God, and I don't want to understand all of that. I just want to understand what I should do in this problem of mine so that I come out of the problem, right? And I always tell them, I can tell you how to come out of the problem, but you will not do it. And you cannot do it because you don't have the power to do it. And then I ask them, don't you already know what to do to come out of the problem? Everybody knows what to do. But the thing is, you can't do what you ought to do because you don't have the power. And Baba says that all the other points of Gyan are about, doing the right thing, being soul conscious, having yoga, remembering Baba. But the basic thing is understanding Baba, recognizing Baba. So only when you recognize Baba, you understand that this is Baba telling me to do all the other stuff. And Baba is the one who is going to give me the inheritance. And you have faith in Baba and the inheritance, will you do the other stuff? And you see, what can I do to have somebody, recognize Baba? So, first thing that I can do is give an elaborate introduction of Baba in good remembrance of Baba. And you see, you need to have the patience and the understanding and the time to explain somebody who Baba is. And when we talk about the introduction of Baba, basically there are 6 to 7 things which we talk about: the name, form, address, the gunas of Baba, and what does Baba do, and what is my relationship with Baba, occupation and relationships. So when you give a full introduction of Baba, you have to tell them what his name is, where he lives, what does he look like, what are his gunas or virtues, what is his occupation, how does he perform that occupation, and then what is your relationship with Baba. And Baba says that as you start giving this introduction to Baba in good state of soul consciousness and good power of remembrance, it is my experience that during the course itself, all the other things about the misconceptions about who Baba is will start to crumble. Because when the soul understands that there is only one Paramatma, and that one Paramatma doesn't have a body of his own, then they understand that the other ones that they have been worshipping are deities. And when they start understanding that the occupation of that one Paramatma Shiv Baba is that he comes once in a cycle and gives knowledge through Brahma Baba's body. That is why it is said Brahma Dwara Sthapana. It is never said that God creates through anybody else. So when they start understanding that it is which is the picture of the occupation of Shiv Baba, it is the Trimurti. So when you understand how God operates, the operation of Baba is creation, operation, destruction. So how he does it through Brahma, Vishnu, Shankar, when they start understanding, then they understand that God comes only once in a cycle, and then they understand that all the other scriptures are written by people. So Baba says that, and if they don't have recognition of Baba, that this knowledge is being given by Baba, who comes once in a cycle and sits in the body of Brahma Baba and tells you that he is a point of light who stays in the supreme region, in the soul world all the time and comes only once in a cycle, then they pay attention to what God has come to tell them. Otherwise, it is my word against yours. What happens is, if you just keep telling them, do this, do that, and the cycle is 5,000 years and this and that, they will say, no, this scripture says that, that scripture says that, and it is just my word against yours, and you keep arguing and debating. And Baba says all of this doesn't help, because there is no proof. There is no way you can prove what Baba is saying is right. But if you prove that Baba is saying it, and that proof, you cannot give a logical proof of Baba. But when you are in good remembrance of Baba and you have full faith, then your power of remembrance, your introduction, true introduction, and your faith will enable them to have faith in Baba. And when they have faith in Baba, then they know that God is truth, and then whatever he speaks is true, and whether you have an explanation for it or not doesn't matter. And once a soul understands that it is Baba speaking, then the only logic that makes them understand that what is spoken is true, the logic is the one who is the truth is speaking it. So whatever is spoken is true. So if you ask me what is the proof that the cycle is 5,000 years and not 10,000 years, the proof is Baba has said it. So there is no other proof. So Baba says, just try to give a proper introduction of Baba, and with full faith, full love in your heart, and with that purified intellect, and in a state of good remembrance of Baba. And when you do that, then all the problems are solved. Once they understand Baba, they understand everything. And Baba says, then that soul will be able to, and thus the most important thing is, when they understand Baba, they will be able to have Buddhi Yoga with Baba. Because as soon as you understand Baba, you are able to think about Baba. See, it's so interesting. Your intellect is able to figure out Baba as soon as you understand Baba. And that is Buddhi Yoga. So as soon as a soul understands Baba, recognizes Baba, the intellect automatically gets connected to Baba. And then Baba gives the light and might for them to have the understanding of what to do and the power to do what they are supposed to do. So Baba says that this is what's most important, and don't do thick. Baba says, don't unnecessarily, making somebody justify, convince, all of that doesn't work. So this is the first thing we have to do. And then today Baba talks about the drama, and it is very interesting that Baba underlines it, and Baba says, when you think about the drama and the knowledge of the drama, your intellect gets very amused. And you see, I was just wondering one day that, look at this whole drama. So many souls in this drama, 84 million species, and 84 lakh. So not 84 millions, 8.4 million species in this drama. And all of them, they are all moving according to the drama. And nobody is doing everything in this. It's a predestined, preordained, self-sustaining system in which, Baba sometimes says, if a fly crossed your screen at this time, it is going to cross it every 5,000 years. So just think about how, this whole drama is so wonderful, where everything in the drama is identically repeating after 5,000 years, and everything is moving on its own. And this is the nature of this world. So, Baba says this is Kudrat. This is the most amazing aspect of this universe. And Baba says, nobody creates the drama. Baba also plays a part in this drama. Baba comes and tells us the secret of the beginning, middle, and end of the drama, but nobody creates this drama. It is never created, never destroyed, and it is identically repeating second by second. And then you see, so do you ever sit and think about these things? And there is, just wonder at what is. And when you just, people, when they look at the sky, they wonder how huge is the sky, and we have much bigger things to wonder about. Just think about how, this is a predestined, self-sustained, second by second moving drama, which is automatically moving on its own through collective consciousness. And it is so methodical that every 5,000 years it comes to the same place. And this is an amazing thing about the drama. And when you stop asking why, what, so when you are in pain, you are only concerned about why. So, but when you come to happiness and you stop asking why, when you start connecting with Baba, you stop asking why, then you see the wonder of what is. Because when you keep questioning what is, you cannot appreciate the wonder of what is. And I will tell you one very interesting thing. There was this one child, and he was suffering from autism, and the mother brought him, and he was, so the mother said, we are very much in trouble, and this child is autistic, and I have problems, and this and that. And then I was talking to the child, and the child was amazing. Autism was there, but then the child was exemplary and amazing. And then I told the mother, just stop asking, why me, why this child, why my child, and just look at what you've got. What you've got is different, but very amazing. So just, when you stop asking why, what, and just look at what is, it is amazing. And Baba says, don't ask why the drama is like this, who created it, when will it end, when was it created. Just wonder at what Baba tells you. It is a predestined, self-sustaining drama, moving second by second on its own. Nobody is operating it. And this entire system exists on its own. And then Baba says that in this drama, you see, second by second, this is moving. So if you look at a circle, this drama is represented by a circle or a cycle. And in that cycle, no two points have the same tangent. So, at every point, the tangent is changing. And in every second, the drama is changing. No 2 seconds are the same. And then, if you understand where is it going, so the drama is moving like a louse, just like a tiny cheetah, Jew, Baba says Jew missile. So like a louse, which moves very slowly. This drama is second by second changing. There is no 2 seconds which are same in the drama. And then where is it going? It is going towards Satyug. So you see, this drama is tick, 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 going through towards Satyug. And when you just understand that this drama, which is second by second changing, is going towards Satyug, then you're not interested in what it is going away from, but you're interested in where it is going to. And then you don't mind the last second. You understand that it, by moving forward, it is going to Satyug. And then you start moving with the drama. You don't start, you, all this while, you're resisting the drama because you don't know where it is going. You only know what was gone. So until now, we knew what is gone, but we didn't know where it is going. But now we know where it is going, so I don't mind what's gone because I know that where it is going is a very beautiful place. So then you start moving with the drama and you understand that what was last second. But now I am with Baba and whatever is happening right now is moving towards the golden age. And when you start understanding that this drama has an automatic mechanism of taking you to the golden age provided you move with it. So, you just move with Baba and drama and they are both taking you to the golden age, then you stop all the questions and the confusion and the whys and the whats and you start, you surrender to Baba and the drama and you just know that everything that's happening is benevolent and Baba is with you and you hold Baba's hand of Srimad, let go of the questions and just keep moving forward. And then you know that because the drama is going to Satyug, you're going to Satyug too. Because you are with the drama and you are with the principal actor and director of the drama. So Baba says, just think about these things, marvel at these things, and the points of knowledge, they fill your awareness with a sense of amazement and wonder when you sit and think about it. And otherwise it's just like reading the newspaper every day, aaj ki taza khabre, and gone. But if you sit and think about it, it fills your mind with amazement and wonder. Okay, Om Shanti.